Hey everyone, I'm Daniel Hoffman, Zettel Executive Director at One Iowa, and we've had an amazing year. Personally, I'm really excited about the launch of our LGBTQ Leadership Institute. The whole goal of this institute is to get LGBTQ individuals in positions of power, making decisions that impact all of us each and every single day. Listen to a few of our graduates talk about their experiences from participating in the LGBTQ Leadership Institute.
I'm Drew O'Leary. I'm a nurse at the VA, and I do mostly case management for elderly vets.
I'm Jarrell Johnson. I'm a PhD student at Iowa State University studying higher education administration with a minor in women's and gender studies.
I'm Mariah. I work at Lutheran Services in Iowa as a statewide volunteer coordinator.
One of the best things I found about the Leadership Institute is that I really found, so initially when people were applying, it said right in the application that there was going to be emphasis on like women, people of color, and trans people. And I really felt that the Leadership Institute held true to that. We're just looking at our group, there was, I think, 5 of us out of 15 that were trans, several people of color, lots of women. And, it was kind of nice that there were several people who identified as bisexual, because I think that group is underrepresented as well. And then the other cool thing too is out of 15 of us, I think 5 of us were veterans too, because LGBT people are just more likely to be veterans or have served in the military. So you could see that within that group of 15.
I feel like I benefited in so many ways. The main thing is I feel a lot more connected to the LGBTQ community, which has been really cool because I've only been here for about 2.5 years, and prior to moving here, I didn't know any other queer people. I was not even really out. Another big thing that I got out of it was just kind of being able to see myself in all these other leadership roles. And I had the opportunity to see people like me in those positions, which honestly was super empowering. I can now visualize myself in different kinds of roles.
This experience has definitely created a fire in me to think about, like I said, how I could be more active. How I could leave this space in a better place than it was when I got here. It also prompted me to think a lot more about how I could be an ally in the community, and I like that language when we were talking about that throughout our sessions, that we need to not just think about our own stories, our own journeys, and the folks that look like us within our journeys, but those that are within our same space but have different journeys, and how we can just use our voice and our platform to kind of affect change. Yeah.
Another thing that I really enjoyed was seeing the way that other people in our community are serving. So getting to hear from all the other participants about the super incredible things that they're doing to be engaged in the community as well is just really, really encouraging and definitely gives me hope.
Since the Institute ended, I've really been focused on trying to get care improved at the VA for veterans. And then I've been trying to get more involved with the VA as far as LGBT care in that role. And previously I had kind of hung back from that, just waiting for a time to fit in. And after the Leadership Institute, I was much more vocal about it, letting leadership and my boss and everybody know that I really wanted to do this.
I recently went to a conference called the International Colloquium on Black Males in Education. I presented a former dissertation topic that I have, and it's basically studying the racial and sexual identity development process of gay and bisexual Black men at historically Black colleges and universities. One of the things that I hope to accomplish before I leave the state is that I want to work with youth here in Iowa, and hopefully particularly create a scholarship that will support LGBT youth in the state of Iowa and their endeavors to pursue higher education.
So since the Institute, I have gotten engaged with the Polk County Crisis and Advocacy Center, and I actually just came from a training just now. So I'm in training to be a volunteer advocate, which I'm really, really excited about. It's work that I've wanted to get involved in for a really long time, and I'm just now making the jump. So
One Iowa's work is very important. I think that without the work, there's so many things that go missing.
We might have marriage equality, but that's really not the end of the story for the LGBTQ community. We're still seeing just a lot of violence against trans people in our community. I think transgender and bisexual people experience the most violence out of everyone in the LGBTQ community.
When somebody knows someone who is LGBT, it creates that connection that makes it harder for them to then focus on discrimination in the future. So, and I've found that with people I've interacted with. Just, I doubt they ever had even met like a lot of people at my work, I doubt had ever even met a trans person. I think just having that connection is important.
So the work isn't over yet, and One Iowa is doing a lot to bring people together.
I think One Iowa does more than just build community. It advocates for the lives of LGBTQ folks. And so it's important to have things like One Iowa, because the community building, the advocacy, but also the empowerment piece is important.
Thank you to our donors, supporters, and community members who have made this important work possible. It is that time of year. We're approaching the end of year, and I ask that you consider giving to One Iowa. You can go to our organization's website, oneiowa.org/give to do just that. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Happy New Year.